Let me get started, guys. So let me start sharing my screen here. All right, you guys seen my screen, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, good. All right, so welcome, guys. This is webinar 16, and we want to learn 3 new strategies that I'm using to attract more cleaning applicants to fill my hiring funnel. So this is the today's talk. I want to cover the difference between being effective versus efficient. I want to help you improve your ad for some better conversions. I want to show you these 3 strategies that I'm using right now. Um, so first things, there is hope. I want to say that, this shortage of employees and people that wanting to work, um, just the laziness in general of the people, this shortage is not forever. We've seen an increase about 15.2 in the applicants across all 500 companies, and that's great. We definitely saw a decline in 2020, but this year started a lot better, and it's just gonna get better. The economy is really taking off, and more cities are more open. People are not afraid. They're vaccinated, so the demand for cleaning services are going to continue, and the demand now for cleaning technicians is going to continue. But this is where we got to get smarter and not work harder when it comes to finding the great applicants. Now, we've seen also 7% increase of applicants international. We got a couple of clients in UK, Australia, and Norway, and we've seen them as well getting better. Obviously, US economy is a lot, stronger, faster, and I think in the whole world, here in the US is where we use the most professional cleaning services. So, and also it's not, this problem is not only for us, you guys seen that every out there, every industry is having issues, such as, for example, I was searching YouTube today, my feed show me this image here of the USDA forest putting an ad saying urgently hiring. And this was basically on the right in the front and center of YouTube. So saying that, there is hope. You guys will continue to grow. Now let's get to really to the topic. So I want to talk about effectiveness and efficiency. The effectiveness when it comes to hiring is the degree to which something is successful in producing a result, success, hiring a person. And then efficiency is the fundamental reduction in the amount of wasted resources that are used to produce a given number of goods or services. So these are 2 words that sometimes we use that seem similar, but they're not the same. They're very different. And what's the difference between being effective and efficient, and how this applies to hiring cleaning techs? And this is what I've concluded in the last 16 years of hiring people and now helping other businesses do the same. Is efficient hiring is doing it with the least amount of wasted time, money, and resources, i.e., letting people book themselves for an interview, or just letting them show up to your office and then just meeting them and then doing the interview right on the spot. But hiring should be done with the effectiveness in mind first. Why? Because we need to produce the desired result, and that is a long-lasting, awesome cleaner and loyal employee. That's how I define the desired result of my efforts. Yeah, you could hire people that last a couple of months, they do the job and they move on to the next thing. But really, at this stage of my business, I want just to hire long-lasting, awesome cleaners and loyal employees. And that's really up all depending on how I do this work, all on me, really. I can be very relax and just let anyone come and do the work. But my goal is a long lasting relationship with someone, because, every time you have somebody go and get another job, you're losing customers because they sometimes like this person so much, and it's hard to sometimes get these customers back. So if we can save time and resources as well as being effective, then that's the cherry on top. So Keep this in your head and we'll keep moving around here. So how do we improve our ad, our conversions to our ads? And I have 4 steps that I really want to share. And but this number in yellow here at the bottom, I want to share it. Is 58% of cleaning businesses don't have an online job application or careers page, decreasing the chances of hiring. And why I tell you that is because I'm always checking companies, cleaning services websites, and I still find that these days people having crazy PDFs out there to people download and then scan back or send them back. There's other people that just have a simple email and just email me with your resume. There's people that simply don't have anything, just a simple phone number. And in reality, when people say, well, we can find people and there's not enough applicants, remember there is some of that is our fault. We need to bring up the industry to the next level and really have amazing landing pages, copy, photography, conversion, everything that really sells your business. And now I don't want to brag here, but I want to show you how has Gmates done it, and why it's a lot easier to hire people, because when you have great photography, when you explain exactly what the job is about, so everybody that applies knows exactly what they're getting into. And most of the businesses that I look at these days don't have this clearly. They just have almost nothing. So that's 58% of the businesses. There is a requirement section, there's a testimonial section, and we even have a video for her Hispanic side, which I'll just briefly click here. And then they click on it, and it's an amazing video we created. And this video, then we also share it on YouTube, and we pay ads on this video when we're desperate. Sometimes we're desperate and we need to pay ads. Now, where do you pay for ads? Well, within the YouTube system in AdWords, you can create these paid ads. And where do you want to show them? You want to show these videos on where your employees live. So you want to check the zip codes in the areas where they are located at, and that's where you want to share your video, not in the whole metro area, because you don't need to spend money on advertising where your customers live. You want to advertise where your employees live. So that's kind of the first part of attraction and attention. These landing pages, the benefits, everything has to be right on par. Now conversion, you must be able to measure completed and abandoned job forms. Most of the time people don't know how many people or how many visitors are getting to their forms. This is very important, because you might think, oh, look, I'm posting on Indeed and I'm thinking I'm getting all this traffic, but if you don't have metrics on your forms, you don't know. So one of the features of PipeHire is to give you exactly that metric. It will show you how many visitors you had, how many conversions you had. I'll show you this briefly here. If you look at your funnel will show you exactly, excuse me, this is in job offers here. This is gonna show you, for example, 115 visitors, 151 visitors, 10 completed, 12 uncompleted. Conversion ratio is 6.62%. And across all the system, we had total visitors of 1,069 visitors, and the positions. So you really want to know exactly what your job is, how it's performing. So for example, this form had 134 and 12.6% conversion rate. Very important. If you don't know this data, you're wasting time and money on your ads. Now, Filtering, very important. Double filter, not just questions, yes or no, but situations we can show you how they think and react. We're even going to now doing disc test before we send them out to work. I don't know if any of you has been using disc, but disc profile and is very important. We did a webinar recently, about a month and a half ago, with Lee Strutter. If you go to our YouTube channel, you will find it, and you wanna basically look at it and see. Let me show you here, 500. And you wanna take this content, this webinar right here. Liz has so much knowledge about how to use this to really identify your best employees. And she has there a chart like for cleaning technicians, for managers, for salespeople. Every person that's the right person for the position has a specific combination of the disc profile. And you know that this profile is a free tool out there. So you don't need to even spend money on that. You just need to apply it and use it. And when you do that, you know now more about this person. And when you want to increase your conversions of applicants to good hires, it comes down to knowing as much as you can right from the get-go. Because sometimes we're desperate, we let somebody come in, we didn't ask enough questions, we didn't investigate enough, and then this person quits within 3 months. And that is that is what happens when we're not asking enough questions, where we're not investigating enough. So I recommend that you guys watch that webinar, learn that, and that will help you not just for cleaning text, but for your whole office. And number four will be your onboarding process. When you're onboarding a new employees, you want to have a clear process, very important. That way things don't fall into the cracks. Pipehart has some checklists that you can see exactly how to onboard somebody. And then that makes it even easier for you. Now, what's my conclusion is, how do you become more effective at hiring cleaning techs? And this is what I wrote. First, you have to think on a sniper type of situation, not a shotgun style. I hear a lot of people saying about hiring being a numbers game. Well, yes and no. You've got to get, you got to get a great volume of candidates in the funnel, so the chances of getting A players increases. But once you have identified them, then you only focus on the A players, not on meeting every possible applicant. And when we're in desperation mode, anybody that moves is a good candidate, and we can't do that. We have to stay clear. It's like those people that invest in the stock market. If they lose their head when the market is falling and they sell, they lose. And when you're hiring, you gotta keep this perspective that this is your garden, this is your business, and if you let anyone come in, they might destroy some of your garden. So you gotta be protective about that and see who gets into your company. And it's easier said than done, but you ideally want to have this mentality of my garden, and I'm gonna pick the right people, asking enough questions, investigating enough. So that is my conclusion, and it's not perfect, but it has helped me, and I hope it helps you guys as well. Now, how do you identify good players, good A players? Well, A players are typically looking for the best possible job for them. They typically call and apply within the same day. We gotta call them back immediately. They fill the questions to the application. They complete the prior jobs experience almost to its full. They give you at least 2, 3 references. They seem organized in what they write. Very important. You can typically call the past managers and then ask questions. And they show up on time to the interview. Very important. They have a strong word and they're committed. And their no is a no and their yes is a yes. They show integrity in the process, and they ask questions about what's in it for them. I've noticed this with all my interviews that I've done. I don't do them as much as you know, but typically I like when people say, well, what's in it for me, what how much I'm gonna make, what are my benefits, because they consider themselves worthy of a good job. And when they're asking all these questions, that is the time to really sell your business and offer your benefits, the pay, all the good things about your business. Because they're thinking, if I get on this bus, will I get to my destination? Will this company help me get to my goal? And you want to get people in your company that have dreams and that have goals, because your company will be a vehicle to get in there. Your job will not be just a job that, in 3 months they switch somewhere else. So we've always asked about, do you have a dream of owning a home, buying a car, things of that nature? And most of people want to buy a home. And I said, we've helped other employees of ours buy their homes. And I show them photos. Sometimes we have photos of the employees with their homes. And that's very important. You got to sell your jobs. Like, look, this is a good job. If you stay here, if you make those 700, 900 a week doing great work, you will buy your home eventually. And that is very important to show them that this job, there is a path and there is a goal that you will help them accomplish. And that for us has been very important in the process of identifying good players. If somebody doesn't ask a lot of questions and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm okay here, I'm okay making 10, I'm okay uh, flipping burgers, I'm okay doing this, they're not ambitious, they're not wanting a goal. And you want people that are ambitious and have goals to work in your business, because those people are going to be fighting for you, are going to be selling your custom, you're going to your service to customers. They're going to shine out there because they're going for their goal. So remember, we want to help them get to their goal, and then in that process they will help grow our companies. So um, so now let's share the strategies that I've been working on. As we know, with this shortage of employees, we got to try new things. And I've been using this strategy for years now. I just haven't shared it much, or, I don't hear it much, but it's text marketing uh, to revive old applicants. I have probably around 700 applicants that I've collected in the last few years, that I have them in a spreadsheet. So whatever system that you use to collect applicants throughout these years, go into those systems, export a spreadsheet, organize it by name, email, phone number. And then I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do with this. So I switch here to this system that I use called TextLine. Um, and basically in TextLine, it's a text messaging system. You can use any system you want. I find this useful for us. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna get this spreadsheet with all these applicants, good or bad, no matter what. Unless they are maybe criminals or some theft situation, then those you can leave them out. But in general, most people that didn't qualify at that moment, uh, then you will add them here. Also, you want to basically have their name in the system, so we can insert their name in the moment that we're texting them. So you're gonna go to announcements, excuse me, you're gonna go to contacts, whatever system that you're using, you wanna import your list. CVS, just upload it here. Once you upload this list, you're gonna also create a tag. In this spreadsheet, you're gonna tag them. So it's name, email, phone number, and a section for a tag. And the tag, you're gonna put recycle applicants or old applicants, any name that you want. Then when you go to announcements, you're gonna create a new announcement. You're gonna say applicants blast, recycle. And then you're gonna type the message here. And this message should say, hey, John, this is Juan from Gmates. We've received an application from you before. We're hiring again, and we're paying between 18 to 22 an hour plus benefits. If you're still open if you're looking for a work, please apply. So let me get that message. I have it somewhere here. So we can put it just for a sample for you guys. I do it in Spanish to the Spanish speaking applicants, and I do it in English to the English speaking applicants. So this is what I say in my message. Now I ask them, say, you should have your own vehicle, your driver's license, authorization to work in the US, and you can be hired this week. We have a bonus of $500 for new employees in their first month. If you match these requirements, please respond to this text or call this number to schedule an interview. And then on this attachments area, you put an image to your website or your application where they apply before, or your logo, something that will remind them about you so you don't seem like a spammer. So you will do that, and then you look by tag, and the tag will be applicants, right? So we look for the tag that we created. So I got applicant here, applicant recycled. Then I click next. These are some settings that I want to keep the conversation open. Assignment, I'll assign it to myself or the manager that's doing the hiring. And then you click next. And now you preview the message, check the box, and click send. Now, what's going to happen is that this system is going to start sending the text messages. Boom, 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 to those 500, 600. How many people do you have? I've seen people that have thousands of applicants, and they are not using that information. So every time, this is what's going to happen. Now, you're going to see, this is the message that I sent to this person called Wilmer. And she started to reply, hey, I have a driver's license from another state. Yeah, I said, no problem, let's talk. And then she's going to move into another city, and then said that she's not going to be, she's going to move to another city so she can work. Okay, and I said, send the information, share this message to someone you know. And she said, yeah, I told my, a relative about you guys. So now, basically, I'm generating a small marketing campaign via text message to old applicants. If you have at least 200 people, is worth the shot. You're gonna get at least one person interested. Excuse me, you're gonna get more interested, but you're gonna get at least one to two employees in the range of 300 to 500 applicants that are recycled. In the last month, I hired 4 people. 2 came from referrals of employees, 1 from Indeed, and 1 from recycling applicants. And I see that we think that if somebody's not good now, we completely discard them. And that shouldn't be that way. Sometimes people don't have that car right now, or they're having issues with daycare, or they're having issues with family, and that is probably not the perfect moment to hire them, but they are still a lead, and you want to treat them like you treat customers. Sometimes a customer is not ready to purchase a service, but you still keep sending them email marketing, right? Messages, promotions, etc. But in the case of applicants, we want to do this every quarter to recycle and get new people. And think about this. This is pretty much free. The text messaging systems charge a few cents per text, like 8 cents, like a small, like 1 or 2 cents, or even less, depending on the system that you use. So to blast, let's say 500 people, you're going to spend probably $7 to $8. And if you get one person qualified to apply again and start working, a good cleaning technician that's worth their money, they're gonna sell between $50,000 to $60,000 a year in service. And we spent less than $10 to get them back. That's when you're talking about return on your investment. And this is pretty automated. So I send all these messages, and look, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna start talking to people again. You're gonna get them engaged again. And then she said, for example, I have a car license but no insurance. Okay. And then, okay, keep moving on. So you keep talking. Look, everybody, that almost a lot of people reply. Look, I keep talking to these people. And these conversations create people to apply again. And these people, if they're not ready again, they could refer somebody. And look, I mean, it's it's my favorite strategy that I've used in the last years to really get new people when there's no people on Indeed, when I can't get anyone to apply. I just recycle. And that is basically the strategy of text messaging. I don't know if there's any questions, guys, so far before I move on to the next strategy. Unmute yourself and ask the questions if you have. All right. Luis, are there any message questions on Facebook? Let me know. All right. So let's move on to the next strategy here. WhatsApp marketing. You want to basically, and I guess you know this, but 95 WhatsApp messages have 95% open rate. That's huge. I mean, not an email, not a text, nothing gets as much as a WhatsApp group on open rates. Why? Because they're your friends typically. So this is what I tell my employees. Look, you love working here, right? This is a good company. You recommend to your friends? They say most likely yes. Okay, good. So look, we're looking for people like you, committed people, amazing workers, loyal people. We want people like you. Do you know people like you? Yeah, I know. Okay, great. So I need you to get your phone and copy this to your groups, your friends. And it's very simple. Hey, the name of the person. Hey, Luis, John, whatever. The company that I work for is hiring 18 to 20 plus 22 plus an hour plus benefits. They need 4 people right now. I think I can help you get in. You can apply at then the URL of the website or the page, or call my manager, mention I refer you. Now, obviously, these employees, after 3 months, we promise them $250 for referrals of people that stay with us. So typically, if you have 10 employees, 20 employees, at least you're gonna get one of these people to message 3. So that's probably 30 people to 50 people that you're gonna get. Now, typically house cleaning technicians, their friends are other people in the same industries, or they're waitresses, they're restaurant workers, field workers, any type of labor workers. So you're talking directly, you're reaching directly to the market that we're going after. This message doesn't work if it's going to blue white collar workers. This works when it's from blue collar worker to another blue collar worker. And now it's become, because it's coming from a friend that's saying my company is hiring and I can help you get in, then that creates another boost of confidence. Like, wow, really? Can you help me get in? Yeah. And then at that point, you're having your employees talk about your business more often. We know that people refer and they mention your name, but when you literally give them the copy and say copy and paste this and send it out, they won't hesitate it because they don't have the effort to copy and type the thing. You just copy and paste, and you get your employees to do this. And I'll guarantee you, you will get people applying and you'll get good people. That has been working for us. It's something that's gonna cost you $300 after 3 months. It's a no-brainer. You know, in 3 months you've made those $300 times and times again. And I guess you guys will agree with me most likely that your best employees came from other employees. That's been my case, and I keep proving it. And I, when I speak to other business owners, it's like my employees that refer me other employees. These are usually the best employees that stay longer, work harder, and just in general are the best return on investment because also you didn't spend a lot of money recruiting people. The employee did it for you. Uh, and that's very, very valuable. And it really reduces the amount of time that you spend on this. All right. Any questions, guys? Please share if you do. I'm going to move to strategy number 3. I'm sure you guys heard of this, but I want to give you a quick different view to this. Um, the Facebook groups of each cities in this country um, have a lot of people. There's a lot of fish in these groups. Now, we're not exploiting them that much. We're posting as a Facebook job, which is fine. We need to do that. But we're not working enough those groups. And by what I mean by that is that we manually go into these groups, click to join these groups. They have to accept you. And then you can post a simple post like this sample that I have for you guys here. This is the one I posted in April 26th. This is, we're looking for house cleaning technicians, the city, the money we're paying, the schedule, full time. And then you put an image, simple cleaning image. It doesn't have to be your company name. And I tried both ways. I tried putting like beautiful imagery, photos of our teams, the logos very polished, and it didn't get a lot of traction, almost none. When you make it very rugged, very simple like this, very normal or organic, you'll get a lot of more engagements. And below here, I have this arrow. It has 162 comments within a period of a week. From that post, I got one person. Most of them were not qualified, but look, it didn't cost me anything to post this job. So now this post continues to live in this page, right? When somebody's looking, maybe joins the group and looks cleaning jobs in Dallas or whatever city, your job, your post will show up there. So think of this as a piece of marketing that continues to live forever in a group of thousands and thousands of people at no cost. Now, you want to interact every couple of days in the post, and people ask questions like, give me more info, send me a message, and you want to keep responding to people and show engagement. So people feel like it's not a spammy or spammer trying to get them. Just you want to be real and say, yeah, the job requires this. No, we cannot take you if you don't have a car. And you want to interact and show that you're a real business, because there's a lot of people that just post the ad and just forget about it. So you want to interact with these people and you want to message them privately if you need to, but you will get people this way. And it's an easy, free way to get people in the door. So I want to show you how a resource that we built for you guys. This is a free resource. If you go to pipehard.com/jobs and then /sites, we built a whole database of all the across the country. So if you look for Dallas, then it shows you 4 groups that we already vetted and look for you that are good groups that will accept you. If you're in Los Angeles, we found 3 groups. If you're in, I don't know, Phoenix, yeah, Phoenix. So you can look up these groups here, uh, and just go directly get accepted in these groups, and now you have access. I recommend that you join 3 to 4 groups. That will give you a reach probably of about 50 to 100,000 people. And there's a lot of people posting ads, but who cares? It's like Craigslist back in the day, people posting ads and ads and ads on top of each other. But now the beauty of Facebook is that we can then interact directly with them when we click on their profile and say, hey, I noticed you commented on my post, we're hiring, boom, here's the link to apply. And you can do this yourself if you want it, but you can have a VA or somebody that's very affordable, do these interactions for you and work for you, doing this lead generation and bringing people in. Now, one of the things or the problems that we want to solve in PipeHire is creating volume for you. That is through Indeed, through Google search, through different ways. Every time that you post a job here in PipeHire, then you can be shown here on this free site that we're building here for you guys, just completely free for you guys. But the more value comes here when you have um, when you're in your funnel and you want to quickly post to these groups. We created publish this job offer on Facebook. So you click on this link, we integrate it with Facebook, and it's gonna give you, based on your location, already the groups filtrated for you. So if you're in Dallas, it's gonna show you Dallas. It's not gonna show you Long Beach. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on these links and you're gonna join to those groups based on your city, of course. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna copy the information, which is the form that you've created within the system. This is pulling the data out of your own job post in PipeHire. You copy this, copy post, and then once you get accepted to the group, you go back, copy and paste in these groups. We couldn't build a more direct integration because these groups have this wall of being accepted into the group. So we couldn't technically post automatically for you, but we've built this little tool to help you at least find the groups very quickly and post it, copy and paste, copy and paste. I mean, come on, it's the easiest thing you can do. And then from there, you'll just continue working on chatting with people. These are basically 3 strategies that I've been using to help us really get new people. There is very minimal cost to it, and I recommend that you guys try any of those. Um, Let us know how they work. My favorite so far has been the text message. If I could pick one, I will pick the text message. If you have at least 250 leads or applicants in your system, if you have more than that, come on, you're gonna be saying thank you for this information because you're gonna get people. And Indeed still out there. It's a great way to still get people in the door. We're offering account management for Indeed customers if they want us to manage their Indeed relationship. But Indeed is expensive and it's gonna get more expensive. I've seen uh, 2 things happening on Indeed. I've seen customers that have accounts that are per applicant charge between $6 to $10. And I've seen another accounts that are per day, $30, $40 per day. And Indeed, I asked the reps, hey, why I see per day charges versus per applicant charges? And he says, Indeed is testing was the most profitable way for them to get, you know, their business more profitable. So that tells us that, yeah, we can rely on Indeed if we have the money always to pay them, but we need to create other avenues of lead, of incoming leads. It's like you could not just depend on one source of marketing strategy for your house cleaning business. It's the same way for employees. You cannot just depend on one. You have to build other strategies to really bring in more volume. And that's kind of what I really want to leave for you guys. It's build other strategies, other funnels. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's gonna get more expensive indeed. They're optimizing, they're making billions of dollars. And if you can see house cleaning jobs in just one random city in the US, you could see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of companies looking for workers. So that is it. Everybody's there, and there's less fish than before. So that's why I said, let me jump into this webinar, share with you guys other things that I've done that are very affordable, that you can do yourself, or you can have an assistant or a VA do it. Um, I've used Upwork, Fiverr, any of these platforms work to find people to help you do this manual work, and definitely start using them. So I want to see if there's any questions, guys, that I can help you clarify, um, anything that's coming through your mind, and I'll be glad to help you answer them. Looking here some comments. Jamie says, when I signed up, it said $8 per application, and now a couple of weeks later, they're charging 10. Yeah, that is right, Jamie. It's they're raising prices like everyone else. So that's why we cannot just depend on Indeed. We need to build other strategies. Jackie mentions here, yes, we notice the price changes also. Marcus, is there a variant of this process that works for contractors? Um, Marcus, why don't you tell me more about that question, see if I can explain it better. I mean, contractors, why you want to work with contractors versus employees in the first place?
So it's not really a want. I mean, we'd prefer to move to employees.
Mhm,
There's a lot of dependencies, lot of requirements, training,
mhm,
supplies and equipment, among other things. But in the meantime, I guess COVID has kind of put us in a position where we're a little more reliant on contractors.
mhm,
Um, and Yeah, as far as recruiting, I know it's designed around W-2s, but
mhm.
um, certain things like the posts, the Facebook groups. I mean, it's beneficial for recruiting ICs. Things like Indeed, not so much. I mean, you're
Yeah.
but yeah, just with your approach, the text messaging, sending the referral SMS, the Facebook groups recruiting, just it seems like it would work, but I didn't know if there was a slightly modified version or something that could be slightly more effective for contractors. That's what I'm asking.
Sure. I think, I mean, obviously, Indeed, that's strictly employee based. I do think you can apply the same strategy for contractors in Facebook, and same for WhatsApp. I mean, if you have a couple of contractors, they might refer you other people. But I will probably, I mean, if I were looking for contractors, I will probably go to where contractors are posting their own job, their own offerings, like we clean houses. I think you could find a lot of those on Craigslist or other sites that they are advertising themselves, that they're not a professional or big company, but that they're still small enough to take on your jobs. But yeah, it's a lot harder to get, in my opinion, that I've done both. I work with contractors and employees, and I think there's a lot more. At the beginning, it seems like a lot easier. Like, look, here's the customer list. Just go and clean these jobs, and I'm done. But there's a lot of more work to maintain that relationship and to really keep these people loyal to your company. It's very hard because you're one of our customers, and the theft of employees and customers occurs a lot more there because they're not loyal to your business. They have their own business, and if the customer says, hey, can you clean my house on the side and not call this guy, you're gonna say, yeah, sure, no problem. And it's very hard to keep track of that. And if we get employees stealing, sometimes being employees, how much more when they are contractors? So my opinion is, I mean, whenever you can, try to get W-2 employees, but in the meantime, I guess give it a try to these options.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I have a question here. Uh, I will also be needing an office assistant. Do you have a basic template with the list of qualifications? That's for Beatriz that we spoke today. Yeah, we have a template that we can give you that gives you the qualifications of an office person for sure. Just email me and then we'll send you out. Cool. Let me see on Facebook here if we got anything, any questions on Facebook.
I want to have a quick question while you're looking for that.
Yeah.
So I guess we could do the same thing in terms of pipe hire. I'd go to my old application form and just kind of pull out the 400 applicants and just kind of like text message them directly from that? Or do you think that would be like kind of like an overload? Because I would have to do one by one. I could drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. Or do you think, is there a way to blast?
No, we don't have the ability to blast in PipeHire, but that is the goal. You kind of read my mind because we want to
'Cause I
say
do one by one, like I drag and drop one by one, but I was thinking, I wonder if there's another way to blast it.
not right now, but I have it in my to-dos list, is that everybody that we have archived
Yeah,
or that we upload into the system, if we wanted to, we could send them a blast text message. The way I solved this problem in the meantime was basically
so
through
using you're using a third company. What was it called? Textile? What was it?
text line.
Text Line.
Yeah.
That's American company, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but they do text messages for all, any part of the world really. So Canada, they will work the same way.
Okay, I'll look into that.
So yeah, that's why I'm using it, because within PipeHire we don't have this feature yet. It takes us maybe 3 to 4 months to build something like this. But we have other priorities like the digital onboarding, some training stuff,
Yeah.
other things that are really more crucial. But there's these tools. I've tried a lot of text alternatives. This is one. There's another one that was built by a friend of mine. It's called Sales Message.
Sales message.
Yeah, Sales Message. And let me put it here. Sales Message.
Because I do it through PipeHire, but like I said, I'm doing it manually one by one. So all my scores of like 18 and 19s, I'm just manually doing it, drag and drop. Like it does work, but it's a bit longer because I'm trying to save from spending money on a third party if I can, right?
Correct. So I don't know if, I need to ask our team if we can export those applicants. I would think so. Luis, do you know?
You can. Jamie looked into it. Jamie, you can export them. He did. He checked it
Okay. Oh, look,
on the back end there. Yeah, he said you can export.
Or here, export data. Yeah. Oh, look, export candidates.
So that's what I did. I did an export and then I pulled the info so it's easy for texting.
Let me open it up here.
So just check the sales message.
Oh yeah, there you go here. Yeah, so you'll basically just obviously clean the form. You just want the cell phone,
Yes.
first name, middle name. You don't care about middle name. You can just delete the column. Um, you don't need the address, so you can just delete
Yes.
it. Zip code. In order to blast, you don't need it. So it's really
His
name,
name and phone number.
phone number, and then you want to have a tag, and the tag will be old applicants, for example.
Yeah.
And then what you guys do is uh, all of the rest of the fields, just delete them. Delete. So many questions here, but delete. Basically, delete until everything's clean.
Yeah.
And then you just
So we have
grab
those two items.
a clean uh, spreadsheet, and then you go and export it. Oops, sorry. You go and export it to a CVS file, and then that is the document that you upload
Upload into the new software.
into the new
Okay.
software. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let me know how it goes, Jacqueline. Now you mentioned you
I'm
have
gonna do it
400
right
people.
now.
Okay,
I'm gonna
there
do
you
it
go.
right now.
Test it. It's
Yeah, I'm doing
it's,
it
a,
right now.
it's pretty much free, and I've got one person in last week, because sometimes we think that when somebody's looking for work, they're ready, and sometimes things happen. They get into accidents, they get into a fight with their husband, something happens in their lives, and sometimes when we call them, they never picked up, they never answer. They were going through a difficult situation, and I learned that through this pandemic is that we're all humans, we all have issues, and we need to be giving more grace to people. We can't be so much cutthroat these days. uh, we have to know who we're looking for, but we need to give some slack to people, and like, okay, you failed first application, okay, let's try again. And I've seen people, the person that I rescued from this recycled process, it was a lady that back then did not have a car. 2 years ago, didn't have a car. And when I sent the message again, because it took me 2 years to blast them again, because I was okay doing with my employees, but then COVID hit, and then you started, and all this process of needing more employees forced me to do things again. And then this person was the same applicant and said, look, I applied 2 years ago, I didn't have a car, but now I have the car and I'm ready to work. Boom, right on. Very, very easy to onboard this person. I had all her information already. I said, when can you start? Tomorrow. Okay, you're starting training tomorrow. This was so simple because I already have all the information and I already had my notes. I knew exactly what I was dealing with, and this made the process so much easy. So I recommend every one of you guys to do this process. Um, and I'm glad I was able to share this with you guys. I know it's going to be helpful, especially during this crazy shortage of employees, but it's going to get better. And if there's any further questions, you guys can call me, send me a message here on Juan at PipeHRM, find me on Facebook, or join our group on Facebook. And then, you can reach us out there. We can also chat. We have a chat here on our website that, you click this bubble here, and we got Luis help you chat. And what else? What else I'm missing here? Uh, I recommend that you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of great videos, all about building knowledge, about how to increase, your company size. And there's great things I recommend. We just got a couple of subscribers there, but the knowledge is building, is getting better, and we're bringing new people to help us, with our audience to really increase their knowledge. This is all about knowledge. When you get the right knowledge in your head and you know how to execute it, you're gonna succeed hiring. And now, before I close here, I want to say this. Um, the reason we exist as a cleaning business is to find people for somebody else that doesn't want to do that job. Those clients are hiring us to find people. And if we're not great at finding people, we're not doing our job. So you have to become an expert finding people, hiring people. When you do that, no problem with the customers. You will be flooded with work. The customers is the easy part. But if I can
Yeah.
stress one thing, is that you have to be an expert finding, hiring people and reading people, understanding people. All of that is going to make you more successful in your cleaning business. I haven't found anything else uh, that will make you successful in your cleaning business. Yeah, there's more things you need to know: accounting, marketing, sales, etc. But if I could boil down 16 years of my business, it's been I need to become an expert at hiring people. That's the silver bullet, as I say, in this business. The people that are starting today that have 1 year, 2 years of experience hiring people versus people that have been in the business 16, 20 years, the difference of success and the way to find people is just, it changes. It's, this is a knowledge that you got to build. But thankfully, with the tools that we've built and things that are getting better each day, uh, it's going to become easier. But at the end of the day, you got to be an expert on this. So if there's any other questions, guys, I'll love to finish with that call. If there's any more questions, let me check it out. Uh, thank you, Beatriz. I'm glad that I met you today. Um, yeah, that's it. All right, guys, we'll wrap up this webinar, and we're trying to do once a month, every webinar. In the next, by the end of this month, we're gonna do a webinar with an HR manager. We're launching this new service so PipeHeart clients could have access to an HR person on the platform. If you have a question about how to fire somebody, about FMLA situations, about in just the legalities of HR professional, we're gonna have that person so you can really ask those questions. I'm currently, or I was paying for Gusto Concierge to help us with these questions. And I call them every 2 to 3 months, asking them questions about different situations. I said, I have this need in my own business. I need to implement this in PipeHire. So we're gonna help you guys have an HR manager that you can talk to within PipeHire to help you guys solve these needs. And I'm excited. That's a webinar that we're gonna have um, I'll tell you exactly. So you book your calendars. This is gonna be on the 24th of June, and this is gonna be a person that's gonna help our businesses and us as legal, really HR managers help you run your business better. So put it in your calendar, 6 p.m. on the 24th. And it was a pleasure talking to you guys, meeting you. I hope everyone took something out of this webinar and you can apply it in your business and grow with it. All right. See you next time. God bless you guys. It's been a great pleasure meeting you, everyone.